I'll tell you about an experience I've had of losing my identity. When we were living in San Antonio, I had a couple of close encounter type experiences. And in one of them, there's been a lot of interest in my experience with the visitors in allergies. And one of the things that used to happen at our cabin when we had people come up there and they would touch, once or twice we had someone who would be in a position where they were awake and conscious and in a normal state, and they were face to face with one of the graves, and one woman reached out and they touched it, laid its hand in her hand, and she had a terrific allergy attack, an allergic reaction to the point where I was afraid she was going to go into anaphylactic shock. We even have a picture of her. I think it's even somewhere on the website of her, the way she was the next morning, her eyes all swollen and everything. So, in any case, they came with this little device and they said, on this particular night, they had a new way of dealing with allergies or allergic reactions to them. If you're in a fully conscious state and they're not doing anything to prevent this from happening at the time. So they pressed this little thing against me as a little pinprick against my wrist, and there were a couple of other things that happened in the course of the experience, which I won't get into because they're not quite germane to this question. And the next morning, however, in the experience, I had seen the world, our world, my apartment, through their eyes. And I think that if I was a chimpanzee seeing a chimpanzee's lair through the eyes of a human being, it looked that schlocky and dirty and run down. There was all kinds of bugs in it that we don't normally see that were, from another level of reality or something. It was just appalling. In any case, the next morning was Sunday morning, and we woke up to go to church. And I swear to God, I felt like I was coming back from, I had lost my identity. The radio came on. I didn't even know I had been asleep. I just was suddenly there again. And the radio came on, and it wasn't English. But it was. I just couldn't understand English anymore. I had been so far from this reality, I literally couldn't even understand my own language. And I got up, and I went into the bathroom. I thought the radio was on a station somewhere. I hadn't yet realized what was going on. Went to the bathroom to take my shower, and I could hear the water, and I could feel the water inside myself, drumming on me, but there was no sensation whatsoever on my skin. Whatever they had done, typical of these experiences, it didn't work right because I had lost the sensation on my skin. I thought, oh no, now what have they done? I can't live like this. But fortunately, slowly, the sensation over the next few minutes came back and I was okay. And I went out and I still couldn't understand the radio, and I really listened to it. And I was trying, what in the heck is that? You usually have an NPR station on the morning. Is this some kind of special show? And gradually it turned into English as I listened to it carefully. So we got up and had breakfast, and then we tried to go to church. I'd gone to that church a dozen times. I'd already told her about all this by that time. I told her over breakfast. And